This is the lateral view from the left of a car rear seat, which can transform into a bed. These systems are mostly used in vans and camper vans in rather large cars designed for long trips. In general, a back seat comprises two resting elements, the seat itself and the backrest. The seat is around 55 centimeters long. The backrest measures around 65 centimeters. This means the car always needs to be provided with another segment at least 55 centimeters long to be able to form a full-length bed. We will name this third resting surface Auxiliary Bed Element, and you will see it colored in red in the following explanatory sketches. The three resting surfaces united will be called the surface under the head, the surface under the body, and the surface under the legs. In most of the cases, the back seat opens face up, so the seat itself becomes the surface under the legs, the backrest becomes the surface under the body, and the auxiliary bed element is carried in the trunk and it serves as the surface under the head. Other cars have their back seat opening up so that the backrest stays under the head, the seat itself holds the body, and under the legs there's a newly created surface constituted by a pair of intermediate chairs that fold towards the front of the car. In each case, a huge volume is being occupied unnecessarily, and in the meantime, the sequence of actions required to transform a seat into a bed or vice versa is either hard, time-consuming, or awkward. Moving luggage from one side of the car to the other is often necessary. But still, this is not the major problem. In order to make the seat as safe and comfortable as possible, the contact surface in the road position has to be as profiled as possible to imitate the shape of the human body in order to hold it effectively, whereas a bed needs to be as flat as possible in order to reassure the perfect sleep. So we are always facing this compromise, this conflict of having the seat not as profiled as we would wish for a comfortable journey, and the bed not as flat as we would need for a perfect sleep. Our idea consists of another type of folding system based on a combination between a double-articulated kinematic chain and an independent rotating joint. The biggest part of the inventive step is the way the double-articulated system enables the backrest to get face down to the floor and become the surface under the feet, so that when we want to transform the seat into a bed, we start by pushing a locking handle positioned on this side of the chair, and then we pull the backrest throughout its whole range of motion. The need to use a double-articulated system, that is, a hinge and a slide, comes from the fact that the backrest isn't able to bypass the front upper edge of the seat through a simple rotation. The next move we need to do is rotating the seat towards the rear of the car like this until it turns face down to the floor, becoming the surface under the head. By doing so, we reveal the third element of the bed, which lies hidden under the seat while in the road position, and now becomes the surface under the body. This way, we finally have a totally flat bed, almost 2 meters long, and for the sitting position, the contact surfaces can be as ergonomically profiled as we need to, because they will never affect sleeping anymore. They're always going to be face down to the floor while the bed position is active. So the main advantage is comfort, both in seating and sleeping positions. The second is space effectiveness, and we also have the ability to have it blocked in more intermediate positions. For instance, we can have more degrees of inclination of the headrest surface to enable a reading or working on the laptop position. And if we fix the backrest in a mirrored angle, we can enable staying in a relaxed position facing towards the end of the car, to talk to people outside or just admire the view. And finally, ease of use is also a major area of improvement. The system, according to the invention, allows the usage of a simple combination of a strut and 2 torsion springs that transform folding and unfolding the bed into an astonishingly simple and smooth action. In the complete form of the invention, the slide holding the backrest comes provided with a gas strut, and the main axis of rotation of the backrest comes provided at the ends of the range of motion with 2 torsion springs A and B mounted to oppose each other. By doing so, the kinetic energy of the backrest at the ends of its range of motion can be transformed into potential energy stored in the gas struts and one of the 2 torsion springs. This energy will help the backrest move in the opposite direction when the handle is unlocked again. If the loads of the torsion springs are similar and they are balanced with the total weight of the backrest, the following situation will prevail. When the handle is being released from either the bed or the road positions, the strut is going to extend the slide to maximum, while the 2 springs will give the backrest the tendency to travel towards the neutral equilibrium, a floating point in which the user no longer needs to lift any weight. All they'd have to do is push towards the desired position, helped by their own body weight. This is the vertical axis, so gravity will always help the user. They will never have to lift the backrest, neither from here or from here. The second advantage of the usage of opposed torsion springs is that the backrest is never going to fall brutally into any of its final locked positions. Considering that the backrest is expected to weigh anywhere between 30 and 50 kilograms, the user would really be in danger to have it hitting the floor or their legs. With the help of the torsion springs, the whole movement is going to happen smoothly. All the energy we use to press the backrest towards the floor is getting stored in spring A and is going to help us back when we release it. The same happens for the road position. We accumulate tension in spring B that is going to help us when we release it. Besides the good balance of comfort, ease of use, and space efficiency, safety is another aspect that was carefully taken into consideration when we turned this idea into a viable product. Our technical solution was developed to comply with current safety regulations worldwide for M1 type vehicles, so it can be placed in virtually any car that is suitable for sleeping. So, the comfort, the road position ergonomy, the totally flat bed, the compact size, the adjustable intermediate positions, the unprecedented ease of use, and the uncomplicated manufacturing possibilities using current technology make this invention a highly desirable product for the campervan and motorhome market, currently valued at $47 billion in 2020 and expected to reach $71 billion by 2026, with a compound annual growth rate of 7.66% during the next 5 years.